Simple comparison video for all you guys today. Hello, I am Peter from goodereader.com, and this is a comparison between two papers. Not paper like e-paper, but they're both called paper. This is the paper 2 by Eisai, and this is the paper 7. How do these compare to each other? This is black and white, this is color. These both have the same idea behind it in that they are RLCD devices, not e-paper. Now, before we get going, we're just going to throw some stuff in the frame so you guys can see. A little bit of texture for some wood. You'll see a white piece of card. We'll just put that down for a second. So this is supposed to show you exactly what to expect in terms of vibrancy, and that is an e-book reader. Now you can also see that this room is lit the exact same, or lighted from this side to this side, and we have some studio lights on both sides and an overhead. The thing about both of these devices is that there's no glow light, meaning that if you block out the light, you really can't see what's on the screen. You'll see that it's completely dark, and that's because it doesn't have a supplementary system to boost the appearance. So if you have a smartphone like this, you can go and drop the top down and you have a light. So if it's too dark and you can't see it, you turn on a light. Well, that's not the case for RLCD. So this is as bright as they're going to be, or is it? In its inherent form, this is much brighter than this, but this is black and white, so it can't show colors. But there's a couple things we can do here. We can tilt it towards the light. So if we start with our color unit, you will see here that it looks great when it has light, and it looks awful when it doesn't. And don't worry, we'll do some beauty shots as we go here and show you guys a direct side-by-side, aside from the bird's eye view here. When you tilt this a little bit down, the screen vanishes effectively. It's gone. You can't really make out what's on there. You see there's a big dead zone in the middle of the colors. This entirely relies on the ambient light. When you have the light, this looks amazing. I'm not even joking. Look how good that looks. Look how vibrant that looks when it actually has a light source. Same thing with the Eisai. So if you take the Eisai like this and you tilt it to the light, it looks incredible. Look at that beautiful resolution. And then you tilt it down and it's gone. Again, there's that dead zone in the middle of the screen. We actually have a handheld light here too to further accentuate this. So we're going to turn this on, and you'll see here, if you have the light, it looks really good. Look around the square of light, or the diamond of light, I guess. Look around it. Look how well it performs when this light is shined on it. Look at that. Just lights up like the 4th of July. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Now, the thing is that you also have to think of the level of reflectivity. This is much brighter than this currently in its stasis form. The whites are whiter. This all just looks kind of gray. You can see here from the gray space. And to further accentuate this, we have Googled on both white square. So you'll see that this is the exact same shot. We don't have a split going on or anything like that. This screen is so drastically darker than the Eisai. But again, if you're scrubbing through the video, if you needed to look at color on this, you could not do so. So unfortunately, there is a difference between them, is that when you want color, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, because this will leave you wanting if you're just trying to say, well, I don't know what I'm looking at, I need some color, etc., etc. You're going to basically not have that option. Whereas on the paper 7, you do have the ability to watch color videos and Netflix and all that. Also, do not let the speed concern you. This is still a prototype stage device. It is not quite ready yet. This one is currently ready, but they are kind of competing against each other, I suppose you could say. However, speed aside, it is irrefutable that this just looks so much brighter and more vibrant, and this at times it almost looks like the screen is intentionally more dim. Also, I would say in terms of the build quality, this looks further away from the actual surface. You will see the significant screen gap right there. Even though this is a flush screen and bezel, it does appear that this is more further away. It is sunken to a certain degree despite the top coat glass, whereas the Eisai has been tooled in such a way where it does look like it is much closer to the surface. Now, how does this perform in terms of multimedia and everything like that? Well, they both do have all of the same applications and everything, and this will have Google Play. This currently has Google Play, but again, we can't really get into a lot of that right now. Reason being, this is not 100% finalized yet. We can't really show anything basically further than this. You do have the ability to look at your files, you can look at all your schematics, and basically do anything a tablet can do, because it's not throttled or hindered in any way, shape, or form. This is currently a finished unit. This is ready to go. This one is currently not. So this is really the end of the comparison. However, we just wanted to show you that as it stands, if you are mulling over both of these crowdfunding campaigns between the Eisai and the Paper 7, this is a little bit of a look between these two. And following this video, you'll see a gallery, a collage of kind of close-ups and side-by-sides and angle comparisons and whatnot. I'm sure the editors will put in promptly. However, this is the reality of the situation. If you want something that is nice and bright, but there's no color to be found, you get kind of a beautiful paper-esque feel, you would go with the Eisai Paper 2. However, if you wanted something with color, so you can consume your color content, you would have to go for the Paper 7. They are both built very similarly to each other. They have the same kind of build quality. They're the same concept. You have the left bind, same as on this one. You have the volume controls on the right, volume controls on the right. It is pretty much a very identical experience for both of these units. It just comes down to what will suit you better in life.